If your idea of fun includes a racing heart, muddy boots, and views that make your jaw drop, you're in the right place. Forget the typical beach holidays or city sightseeing tours. This one's for the thrill seekers. We're counting down the top 10 adventure destinations around the world that are perfect if you're chasing adrenaline, unforgettable stories, and the kind of experiences that make you feel truly alive. From the depths of the jungle to icy peaks, this list has something wild for everyone. And hey, before we jump into the list, don't forget to like this video and hit that subscribe button for more travel inspiration just like this. 10. Queenstown, New Zealand. Queenstown isn't just another scenic town in New Zealand, it's the adventure capital of the world. If you're serious about thrill-seeking, this is the place to go. You've got bungee jumping from the famous Kawaro Bridge, jet boating through narrow canyons, and whitewater rafting in freezing alpine rivers. Want to get airborne? Paragliding off the hills surrounding Lake Wakatipu gives you sweeping views that'll stay in your memory forever. Even if you're just walking around town, it feels like something exciting is always happening. The people here are outdoorsy and energetic, and the vibe is contagious. It's a place where thrill seekers from all over the world come together, and that energy makes everything even more exciting. Interlaken, Switzerland. Interlaken might look calm at first glance, with its charming alpine setting and peaceful lakes, but it's actually one of the most action-packed spots in Europe. Sandwiched between Lake Thun and Lake Brienz, with views of the mighty Eiger, Munch, and Jungfrau Mountains, Interlaken is made for high-altitude adventure. You can go canyoning, where you slide down waterfalls and leap into crystal-clear pools. There's also skydiving with the Alps in the background, which takes the thrill to a whole new level. If you like speed, hop on a mountain bike and take on one of the steep trails that twist through forests and fields. The mix of intense outdoor activity and postcard-worthy scenery makes Interlaken a favorite for travelers who like their views served with a bit of fear and excitement. 8. Moab, Utah, USA. Moab is what happens when the desert gets wild. It's rugged, it's raw, and it's got enough red rock to make your Instagram feed explode. The biggest draw here is off-roading. Moab is famous for its 4x4 trails like Hell's Revenge and the Slick Rock Trail. You'll be driving over rock ledges and through steep inclines that'll make you question gravity, but it's not all four wheels and engine roars. You can also go rock climbing on massive sandstone walls or hike through arches in Canyonlands National Parks, where the terrain looks like it's from another planet. For the truly bold, base jumping from some of the cliffs in the area is an option, though that's definitely for seasoned pros. Moab is raw adventure in one of the most unique landscapes in America. 7. Victoria Falls, Zambia, Zimbabwe. Victoria Falls is not just a spectacular waterfall, it's a full-on adventure destination. Known locally as the smoke that thunders, the falls are among the largest in the world. But beyond the beauty, there's adrenaline around every corner. The most famous activity here is swimming at Devil's Pool, a natural rock pool right on the edge of the falls. One wrong move and, well, it's not exactly a lazy river. You can also whitewater raft down the Zambezi River, which is packed with grade 5 rapids. If you like aerial thrills, there's microlight flying and helicopter rides that take you over the thundering falls. The rush of water and the sheer force of nature make this a place where you can really push your limits while taking in views you won't forget. 6. Banff National Park, Canada. Banff is more than a pretty face. Sure, it's got stunning blue lakes and snow-capped mountains, but it's also a serious adventure hub. If you're into winter sports, this place is paradise. Skiing and snowboarding are huge here, especially at places like Lake Louise and Sunshine Village. In the summer, you've got endless trails for hiking and mountain biking. Climbing is big too, with routes that range from beginner-friendly to incredibly tough. One of the most intense experiences is ice climbing on frozen waterfalls, which combines cold, fear, and achievement in the best way. Banff is the kind of place that makes you feel tiny in the best way possible. Surrounded by massive peaks and raw wilderness, you'll find adventure in every direction. 5. Cape Town, South Africa. Cape Town is the kind of city that gives you urban life and wild adventure in one spot. One of the most iconic experiences is hiking or climbing Table Mountain. The views from the top are incredible, especially at sunrise or sunset. You can also paraglide right off the cliffs and soar above the city and coast. But the real thrill here? Shark cage diving. Yep, you're lowered into the ocean in a metal cage while great white sharks swim around you. It's terrifying, it's exciting, and it's something you'll be talking about forever. Surfing, sandboarding down massive dunes, and kite surfing are just a few more options. Cape Town's mix of sea, mountains, and raw energy makes it a must for anyone who likes their adventures with a bit of everything. 4. Iceland. Iceland is wild in every sense. It's got volcanoes, glaciers, black sand beaches, and waterfalls that look like they belong in a fantasy movie. If you want adventure, it doesn't get much better than this. Snowmobiling on glaciers is a popular thrill, especially around Langjökull. Or you can explore ice caves that glow in otherworldly blue. Want something even more intense? Try hiking up an active volcano or snorkeling between two tectonic plates in the Silfra Fissure. The water is crystal clear and freezing, but the experience is unforgettable. Iceland's terrain is constantly changing, and that's what makes it so exciting. It feels like a land that hasn't been fully tamed, and that's exactly what makes it such a perfect place for thrill seekers. 3. Patagonia, Chile, Argentina. Patagonia is a remote wilderness that offers true adventure for people who aren't afraid to go off the grid. Located at the southern tip of South America, it's home to dramatic mountains, glaciers, and wide-open landscapes. If you love trekking, the Torres del Paine circuit is one of the best in the world. You'll pass by jagged peaks, turquoise lakes, and icy rivers. For a more intense challenge, there's ice hiking on massive glaciers or kayaking through fjords where you might spot seals and dolphins. The weather is unpredictable, the distances are vast, and the terrain is rugged. But that's what makes Patagonia so special. It's raw, untouched, and absolutely epic. 2. Nepal. Nepal is more than just Mount Everest. Sure, climbing the world's highest peak is the ultimate adventure for many, but there's so much more here. The Annapurna circuit offers world-class trekking through remote villages, forests, and mountain passes. It's a tough journey, but it's also deeply rewarding. If you prefer something more fast-paced, whitewater rafting on the Bote Koshi River is intense and thrilling. There's also paragliding in Pokhara, where you fly over lakes and hills with the Himalayas as your backdrop. Nepal mixes culture, nature, and challenge like no other place. Whether you're climbing, hiking, or just exploring, you'll come back with stories that sound almost too wild to be real. 1. Costa Rica. At the top of the list is Costa Rica, a small country packed with adventure. You've got zip lining through rainforest canopies, surfing on both Pacific and Caribbean coasts, and whitewater rafting through jungle gorges. For wildlife lovers, there's kayaking through mangroves or hiking in national parks where monkeys, toucans, and even sloths pop out along the trail. One of the most exciting things to try is canyoning, rappelling down waterfalls and jumping into jungle pools. And if you want something volcanic, you can hike around Arenal or soak in the hot springs nearby after a long day. Costa Rica is one of those places where every day feels like a new challenge and a new reward. It's the ultimate playground for adventure lovers. So which of these destinations are you adding to your bucket list? Whether you're flying over glaciers, rafting through wild rivers, or swimming at the edge of a waterfall, these places remind us that adventure is out there. You just have to go find it. Life's too short for ordinary trips. If you found this video helpful or inspiring, hit that like button, share it with your travel buddies, and don't forget to subscribe for more adventures. Let's make your next trip unforgettable.